When two worlds chose love. Jasmine was born into a family where the sparkle of crystal and the scent of fresh flowers were part of everyday life. Her parents owned a chain of hotels across the country, and from childhood she was surrounded by luxury, private schools, concerts, travels, elegant dinners, endless events. But even in all that beauty, she often felt a quiet loneliness she learned to hide behind a perfect smile. Justin, meanwhile, lived a completely different life. He grew up in a modest neighborhood on the outskirts of the city, where every dollar mattered and dreams usually stayed locked in a drawer, for better days. After finishing school, he worked as a loader in a supermarket, hard, exhausting work that offered little money and no recognition. But his eyes always held a spark. A desire for more, a belief in himself, and a stubborn determination. They met by accident. One afternoon, Justin arrived at one of Jasmine's family hotels to deliver several boxes. Jasmine was returning from her music lesson with her violin in hand, and she almost crashed into him as he was carrying a heavy crate. "Oh, I'm so sorry," she exclaimed. "It's all right," he said with a warm smile that made her freeze for a moment. It was a short, simple encounter, but unforgettable for both. Jasmine started noticing Justin more and more. He worked long hours, always focused yet calm. She liked his sincerity, his simplicity, the things she rarely saw in her own social circle. Everyone around her wore masks, but he was real. They began talking. First short phrases, then longer conversations. Soon she found herself waiting by the hotel entrance, hoping to see him. Her parents, however, were far from pleased. "Jasmine, you need to think about your future," her mother told her. "There are things you cannot change." She stayed silent, but her heart stubbornly chose Justin. One evening, Justin said quietly, "I don't want you getting in trouble because of me." "You're not trouble," she whispered. "You're the one I think about every day." That changed everything. They started seeing each other in secret. Evening walks, coffee in tiny cafes where no one recognized them, long talks under the night sky. Justin shared his dream of starting his own cleaning company. Real business, real success. Jasmine listened with admiration. There was something in him she had never seen in the privileged boys around her: strength, ambition, sincerity. Time passed. Justin worked relentlessly. He took out a loan, bought his first cleaning equipment, and started his company. He did everything himself: cleaned buildings, washed windows, handled contracts, delivered flyers at night. Jasmine supported him. Sometimes she helped with documents, sometimes just sat nearby. "Do you believe in me?" he asked once. "Always," she answered. His company grew. One client brought another and then another. People trusted him, his honesty, his punctuality. In a few years, he had dozens of employees, multiple offices, and stable contracts. He became successful, wealthy, confident. Only then did her parents finally accept him. When Justin proposed, he brought her to the very park where they had their first long conversation. "You believed in me when no one else did," he said, kneeling. Will you be with me forever? Tears filled her eyes. Yes. Of course yes. I love you even more now, and I always will. They married the next summer, simple, beautiful, full of happiness. Their story became proof that real love ignores status, money, and people's judgment. The first years of marriage felt like a dream. They worked hard but always found time for each other. Jasmine helped run the company. Justin continued expanding it. But life doesn't always stay peaceful. One late evening, Justin received a call. His face turned pale. What happened? Jasmine asked. Fire at our main warehouse. They rushed there. Flames towered above the building, bright, angry, unstoppable. It wasn't an accident. The next day, the police confirmed it. Arson. Contracts suddenly fell through. Clients withdrew. A newspaper published an article calling Justin's company unstable. Competitors became suspects. Justin barely slept. Stress consumed him. He started distancing himself from Jasmine. We can get through this, she told him. You don't understand, he snapped. If the business collapses, I lose everything. No, she whispered. Everything is us. But he just lowered his head. A week later, the bank froze his credit lines. A partner sued him. Then came the worst blow. Justin's company involved in corruption scandal. On top of that, Jasmine received an anonymous message. Your husband is lying. Check the accounts. He moved money overseas. She didn't want to believe it, but the records were real. Justin, did you lie to me? She whispered. He didn't answer. And silence, sometimes, hurts more than truth. Days grew unbearable. Justin kept disappearing. Jasmine was drowning in fear and doubt. One night, she broke. Tell me the truth, I'm protecting you, he yelled. From what? From things that could destroy you. What destroys me is your silence. She left the house that night, terrified she was losing the man she loved most. A week passed. No calls from Justin. Jasmine lived in her parents' home, unable to sleep. Then the doorbell rang. Justin's lawyer stood there. Miss Jasmine, it's urgent. Justin is in the hospital. She froze. What? Why? He was attacked near his office. He was gathering evidence to prove the fire, scandals, financial charges, were all orchestrated by competitors. He wanted to clear his name, and protect yours. Her breath stopped. Why didn't he tell me? He feared they might hurt you. She ran through the hospital halls. Justin lay there, bandaged, bruised, exhausted. When he saw her, his eyes filled with tears. I was afraid you wouldn't come, he whispered. She hugged him tightly. You idiot! Why didn't you tell me? They threatened you. I moved money overseas to protect you. So you'd have a safety fund if something happened to me. She didn't know whether to cry or kiss him. You were protecting me, and I thought you were betraying me. I would never betray you. You are everything I have. Police arrested the real criminals. Justin's name was cleared. The company recovered. But most importantly, so did their trust. When Justin came home from the hospital, light rain began to fall. Jasmine suddenly walked outside, letting the raindrops fall on her face. Where are you going?" Justin laughed, stepping out after her. She spread her arms. "You know, I used to be afraid of the rain. But not anymore. Not with you." He wrapped his arms around her waist. "Forgive me for everything. Forgive me for doubting you," she whispered. "We survived this. And now I love you even more. Not for the money. Not for success. But for the heart that stayed unbroken even when the whole world fell apart." They kissed under the rain, raw, real, full of the love they fought so hard to protect.